It's the reason why most of us are here. It's our first red pill instance. It's what brought us to the dance. It's the question of questions. It's the one thing that everybody wants to know. And if you don't want to know, and if you don't have any questions about this, there's really nothing that can be said for you. There's really nothing that can be said. Who killed JFK? Who actually did it? And don't give me this Lee Harvey Oswald stuff. Stop it. Stop it. We may look stupid to you, but we're not. We've been through that. And if you ask the question, why would I say this? Please turn this off. Don't bother. Don't. Because there are a few people out there, a few, who believe that this incredible shot somehow did this. I don't know how they think it, but there are people who actually think it's true. And I'm not one of them. And one of the reasons why I think Bobby Kennedy is so incredibly fascinating to me as a candidate is that he's asking the question I've been asking really since I was 5 years old, since I saw it live. And I was wondering, why is my mother crying? And it set me off into this direction, and I've never been the same. Never. It's my generation. And from 63 to 68, JFK, Bobby Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, it was just 5 years of roughly assassinations and death. It was the most incredible time ever. And we were told time after time, nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Move along. Accept the official story. Move along. Don't ask any questions. Don't be one of these troublemakers. We didn't have the term conspiracy theorist. It wasn't weaponized until later, and we found out how that happened. So do me a favor. Gather around. Do me a favor. Like this video. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos. And most importantly, I want you to go to our sponsor. Go to our sponsor. These are wonderful people I'm so proud to be a part of. This is the great folks from My Patriot Supply. And if you use the link preparewithlionel.com, you'll get $200 off a 3-month emergency food supply kit. Now, I can go and read what's on the website, and you can read for yourself. Read it, look at it, be incredible. These 25-year shelf life, genius, these packaged, life-saving, life preservers, emergency food, so well organized. You'll be thankful. You will thank God one day, and you know it, and I know it. And I don't want to be Mr. Doomsayer. It's not my thing. But if I have to tell you how perilous these times are, and if I don't think I have to tell you that there's going to come a time when it all just something happens. I'm not saying the end of the world. I'm not being eschatological. I'm saying when there's going to be a big problem regarding food and food delivery and food availability. You know it. I know it. We all know it. So do yourself a favor, my friends. Preparewithlionel.com. Go save $200 off of this 3-month emergency food supply kit. See for yourself. You'll be so glad you did, and you'll thank me. This I know. Now, let me start off the bat by telling you, I'm not going to be one of those people who speaks so apodictically about who did what. If you want to go to those people, you know where they are. It's Mac Wallace. Okay, thank you very much. It's J. Edgar Hoover. Okay. It's LBJ. He did it. It's always this apodictic absolute answer. That's the way it is. It's this person, and he did it, and that's what happened, and there's no questions asked, and that's it. And okay. It doesn't work like that, really. Conspiracies of this, and I said conspiracy, yes, a conspiracy of this nature involves so many working parts. And it involves a time that doesn't exist now. See, when you talk about the mob, then you think, what do you think about now? You think of the people on these YouTube shows that swore silence or omerta, and then yet they're doing a show. No, that's not the organized crime we're talking about. It was a different animal. It was post World War II, post OSS, post, you know, different story. And the beautiful part about it is if you suspend all of this natural instinct to come up with an answer, because it's most of them, you're never going to find an answer because everybody's dead. Everybody's dead. The evidence isn't there. And you can release all the documents you want. There's nothing in the documents that are going to show anything. There's nothing about Lucien Sarti. There's nothing about the Corsican connection, or just it's not. You're not going to you're not going to hear it. It's going to be a bunch of people just stepping over each other and yelling at each other and just doing all of these. I've been through this. I've been through this a million times. And we can go through the incremental stories. The only thing that's interesting about this is, and it is the reason why I am going to be writing in Bobby Kennedy's name, is that he said specifically it was a conspiracy. I think he mentioned the CIA. Can I let you in on something, especially if you're new to this? First, the people who run the world, you don't know. It's not an organization that's responsible for this stuff. It's not a three-lettered place with a parking lot. It's not like on TV. It's not the guy who shows up, at the last minute with these, the sniper rifles in the briefcase. And they've romanticized it to the point where we can go through the specifics of who did it what, mostly military, mostly professional. And at the time, of course, you have so much confusion and so many working parts. Believe me, we've been through this before. If you want to do something, especially today, just do it and let everybody come forward. And by the way, here's a question. What would have happened? What would have happened if everybody had a cell phone in Dallas on the 22nd of November in 1963? And what if there were 10,000 different angles of shots? And I mentioned Lucien Sarti. They've always thought he was the badge man. And, could be frangible bullets. And they got him in 72 in Mexico City. And there's different names of people, but I always thought that was interesting. What if there was him? Hey, look at this. Look at that guy. Look at this guy. Today, the more pictures you have, the more eyewitnesses you have, the more evidence you have, the more it would be dismissed as being crazy. The more you would be dismissed as being a lunatic. The more you would be called a nut. Do you hear what I'm saying? The more you would be called a nut. That's precisely what would happen today. And I've seen it. Because today, we have groups of people called skeptics who love to sit back, and they have no interest whatsoever in solving mysteries. They have no detective instincts. They have nothing in them, nothing that in any way indicates or shows or suggests the slightest fascination with solving mysteries. There's no sleuth to them. They love to poo-poo everything. Oh, that's a conspiracy theory. I was on a show the other day involving a very well-known, very nice, very well-respected doctor. And when we talked about UFOs, the first thing out of his and this other gentleman's mouth was that, you see, there are hypnagogic tendencies where we have dream sequences. And I'm thinking, is it possible that somebody just saw this? Oh, no. Because it is not consistent with my role as the adult in this to ever concede that something is as it purports to be. I must give another reason for it. I must say, for example, this is one of my favorites, the reason why people come up with these conspiracy theories, negating the lone gunman theory or hypothesis is that we cannot believe that someone as insignificant as this Lee Harvey Oswald could have taken out and taken down our prince. It is so contrary to our understanding of what is and isn't possible that we eliminate from the possibility, from the realm of conditional truth, the fact that somebody so de minimis, so negligible, so unimportant could have forever quashed and destroyed our dreams. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Does that sound good? That's not the reason why. And when Bobby Kennedy the other day talked about asking questions such as, why did they remove the windshield? Why did he clean the car immediately? And it goes on and on and on and on and on. Oh, it was absolutely. The House Assassinations Committee said it's a conspiracy. We know that. We know that. If you want the names, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Come on. It's just it didn't happen. Well, put it this way, it's not going to come up. Think about this. 1963. Come on. Most people there are, like I said, dead. Or if I were to tell you exactly what happened, it would be so unbelievable to people. At least it would seem unbelievable that they would just immediately dismiss it because it confounds their innocent brains where things like this don't happen. They don't have any frame of reference. This can't be, they would claim. But you know, and I know, for a host of reasons, you know and I know, that the official story as presented, as Bobby Kennedy himself, and I think he knows a lot more than we do. We haven't even gotten to his father's dispatch yet either. We haven't gotten to that one. On my private channel at Lionel Media, I talk quite a bit about that. Remember what Sirhan said when he was confronted. Remember what he said. I remember what Mark David Chapman said also. But I don't want to go too far into that. This is not the time or the place to ruffle feathers, if you know what I mean. Never, ever reject the obvious. That's all. And I'm not going to give you the old Occam's razor idea, but just follow your instincts. You'll know. Now, my friend, I want to thank you for being here. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I ask you. And if you could and you would, please remember our great sponsor, preparewithlionel.com, $200 off, emergency food, a 3-month supply. It's rather important. I think you know that. Now, if you could and you would, please do me a favor and comment as you see fit.